Hello YouTube, this is the Little Master LL1234 and I'm coming at you with another deck video. This is currently my first deck video that I have on YouTube, so I hope it just goes well. Alright, the deck that we will be talking about is the one, the only Flamvells. I like Flamvells right now. They actually do have a good amount of control and they're pretty much just beat, synchro, and game. So it just works really well with this format. Alright, let's begin with the deck. The deck starts with one Magical Stone Excavation. This card says you discard 2 cards, add 1 spell from your graveyard to your hand. Oh yeah, to begin with, my apologies, I'm not actually showing you the cards right now. The way that my laptop's set up, I can't really use my webcam like properly. I tried literally before to like flip the cards in front of the page and stuff, but it just didn't work. So I'm just gonna go this way. Alright. After Magical Stone Excavation, you have Mirror Force. Mirror Force, of course, is one of those just epic cards that will allow for a lot of control. You basically can wipe out an entire field, or even knock out a Stardust for a turn, which actually works out really well. I can't lie, it does. Which was like, it helps a lot, and and I can't even say much about it. It just stalls your opponent out, takes out some of their monsters if they can, and just keeps you going. You need to run 2 Mystical Space Typhoons, because right now with Necro Valley being played so rampantly and Grave Keepers being like one of the top tiers right now of this meta, you want to knock out. You want to knock out that stupid Necro Valley as quickly as possible, because after Necro Valley's gone, they have to worry and replay and re-struggle, and then you can play your Rekindlings, go for game instantly. You have a card destruction, of course. Card destruction allows you to pitch all the cards in your hand that you don't want. Mainly, you want to pitch all of your Flamvell monsters that are already in your hand, so that you can use Rekindling and Flamvell counter, and pretty much a lot of the graveyard control that you use in this deck. Flamvells in and of itself is a graveyard controlling deck, so the best option for you to do is to have cards that will allow you to constantly pitch cards from your hand to the graveyard as quickly as possible. You run 2 Bottomless Trapples, mainly because Bottomless Trapples are a really great card this format. It controls a lot of the stuff on the field. I mean, you have a lot of issues with low level sync growing, but even then you can always side in a trap hole for one of your Bottomless Trapples, which is usually what I do in most duels. But just overall, you can take out the high level opponent. Just watch out for priority, because a lot of the times that can hit you. Like with higher level monsters such as Monarchs and hell, just some good synchros. You can call priority when they're summoned, so they still get the main effect off of their monster even after you bottomless it. So just watch out. Alright, you want to run 1 Cold Wave. Cold Wave is just a stalling tactic. Plus, it allows just for complete control. But watch out, because if you Cold Wave, you lost your Rekindling, and you lost any defenses. So it's one of those trump cards that you use as a last resort. Not just, okay, you draw it into your hand, play Cold Wave, and waste your time. It's not advice. Dark Bribe. Dark Bribe allows you to pretty much just negate effects. It's just in case you've wasted all your Flamvell counters. Plus, I like it as a staple. I know a lot of people love Solemn Warning and Solemn Judgment, but you just completely wasted 2,000 life points for something that you could drive for a hand control. I use it usually as a countermeasure, really. It's in case like I'm facing off against an opponent, I'm about to hit for game, they drop Mirror Force, I drop Dark Bribe. I don't want to waste a Flamvell counter because I lose a monster. Most likely I've brought all my monsters back from my graveyard, so I'm kind of screwed on that level. But if I Dark Bribe, I'm just like, okay, you negged your card. You negged your card, I negated it, I gave you a card, but I'm going for game, so that card you're using probably won't help you. GG. Flamvell Archer. Love this card. Okay, its effect is kind of useless though, but I love it as a good synchroing option for level 3s. Level 3s are good in this format, especially since you can go Flamvell Firedog into Archer, Synch into Black Rose, blow up their field, set a back row, and just watch. It actually works really well, because after you've done that, you can just rekindle and go for game. It's a really great option, and Flamvell Archer really does work well in this format. Once per turn, its effect is once per turn you contribute face-up pyro type monster you control to have all Flamvell monsters gain 800 attack. Which actually does work if you want to keep the Flamvell Archer on the field and then just pump and blow up. It's alright, especially if you want to get rid of Flamvell Baby that you rekindled. But just watch out because its effect is usually not that useful. You run 2, by the way. It's just for better sync rolling options and to sync into 3s. After that, you run 3 Flamvell Babies. Flamvell Baby is actually a really good card for hand control. Plus, it allows for great pitching and synchroing into Scar Red Nova. I like saying Scar Red Nova for some reason, but it's Red Nova Dragon. I know. It's pretty much Flamvell Baby plus Flamvell Archer into Red Nova Dragon. But I'll talk about that later. Right now, Flamvell Baby is just a really good card because it allows you to pump your lower level monsters like your firedog. You can pump your firedog, hit the monster, hit over a cyber dragon. Get at me, pretty much. It's just really nice. Flamvell Counter, the premier trump card of this game. I love it so much. I just wish it could control effects. I wish it could. Alright, you remove from play 1 fire monster in the graveyard with 200 defense, and you can negate the activation of a spell or trap card and destroy. It's your anti-warning, your anti-judgment, your anti-any counter, your anti-anything like Dark Hole or any of that crap. It's really, really nice. I love it. It's the reason why I even made this deck in the first place. Plus it's a common, which is very, very sad. I'm just gonna reprint this card because it's too broken to be a common. Run 3. Flamvell Firedog. Love it. It's so broken. So broken. Okay. It's the reason why people love playing this deck so much. Because all you do is summon Firedog, and Firedog leads to every other card. It's like the path to game. It's broken. It's a beast type, so it doesn't get any of the pyroing synergy, but it gets a lot of the Flamvell synergy. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 fire monster with 200 or less defense from your deck, except Flamvell Firedog, or else you basically can continuously make a chain and game people. But yeah, it's really, really impressive. Especially if you hit the Dandelion. You hit the Dandelion, they summon a token, you summon a Magician, right? And then you hit the Magician. Next turn, they're just going to either have to tribute, or if they basically milled it and it's your turn, you can just hit you get a free summon, basically. It's really nice. You run 3. Flamvell Magician, the main tuner of this deck. Its effect isn't really useful unless you're going to sync for Catastor, but I don't know. I don't really usually do that, so it's not really useful for me. Flamvell Poon, it's your searcher. It allows you to search for anything, it allows you to add any monster with 200 or less defense from your deck to your graveyard, to your hand, which can actually be used in a lot of other decks. You just need to know like a better synergy with it, but it's not actually restricted to Flamevells. I didn't notice that right now. Didn't notice that until right now. Foolish Burial, run at 1. It just allows you to pitch 1. I just like it because it gives me a little bit more control, especially if I'm gonna play Flamvell Counter and I don't have anything. If I open up, I start off with 1 in the graveyard, set a counter, just in case. Yeah. Trinade, staple. Gold Sarks, get Flamevells, get Flamvell, get Rekindling, get all sorts of cards. It's just nice. I think I run 2 in this deck actually. Yeah. My control, take control, sync. Reborn. You have all your monsters in the graveyard, so might as well. Morphing Jar, pretty much just a card destruction, except for a lot better, I guess. You want a mill, so it's an easy mill. Rekindling, premier card of this deck. Special summon from your graveyard as many fire monsters as possible with 200 defense. During the end phase, remove from play all monsters that were special summoned by this effect. It's pretty much just control. It allows you to basically it allows you to control your board and go for game as quickly as possible. It's also a really great card. I was originally thinking of making some synergy with this card. Since I run Magical Stone Excavation, I was going to also run a Summoner Monk. but I don't know. I'm actually thinking about it. It might actually be in this build. I'm not totally sure. But yeah, let's just see. If you like that idea, just comment below and tell me what you think. Return from a different dimension. Main reason why I love this card is because, well, you're playing a deck where you're removing from play a lot of fire monsters. Fire monsters with high attacks and low defenses. So if you hit the Rekindling 3 times, if you hit the Flamvell counter 3 times, you have an option for free syncing later on by paying half your life points, especially if you're in a tight spot. And that can be the difference between you getting gamed and you gaming. So I love this card. Raiko's mill and their great control cards, they go well with with your opponent playing Necro Valleys. They can knock out your opponent's high level monster. They're just really great cards actually. I love Raiko's. I run 3 or 2, I think. I don't know. Trap Stun. It works well with the cold waves. I run 2 because when you're trying to go for game with the Rekindling plays, you want to just burst all over them and let them die and stuff. Let them just fail at life and then watch them cry and suffer. So it's a really great play. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I have a revised version actually, so I'm just gonna look through that. But pretty much, I think I added an extra Sarco and an extra firedog. Yeah, I was also thinking of siding in a card trooper, but I don't know. It just depends on how I feel. Anyways, that's the basics of the deck. If you want, I can actually show you like pretty much the outline of it. Here's how it goes. It's pretty low on monsters actually. Let's see. You have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 monsters. That's actually not that bad actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 spells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 traps. Not bad. Yeah. That's pretty much it, I guess. My thoughts of the deck, it's not bad, it actually works. It's fairly affordable actually, because Rekindlings come in common, so do a lot of the other cards. The worst thing you have to look for is just people hoarding their fire dogs. I mean, I do. I have 2 right now because I'm letting one of my friends borrow fire dog for his assault mode Stardust deck. Stardust assault mode deck. It's not bad actually. I like it. Shout outs to Trey still. Yeah, that's pretty much it actually. Hope you enjoyed the video. It'll probably be in 2 parts. Yeah, see you later.